Alright everybody, welcome to my new video. This video is going to be about this show I just recently finished called The Boys. It's on Amazon Prime. It's another superhero slash super villain type of show. And shit man, like Amazon Prime so far has had some bangers. Like these two shows right here, like Invincible and The Boys are really good. Like just 10 out of 10 for me. I know some people it might just be a 9 out of 10 for The Boys, but for me it's a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. The Boys has comedy, it has action, it has the drama, sorta badassery. Uh, Basically a lot of things that Invincible had. This shows also has. This video is not going to contain any spoilers because I like to make my reviews with basically what I do with these videos is I like summarize everything basically and tell you why you should watch this show. So moving on, like Invincible, this show has a lot of similarities to Invincible. You have the gore, you have the fights, you have, what if supervillains, superheroes were real in real life, type of thing, realistic. And this show basically makes it more realistic than Invincible, in my opinion, when it comes to how superheroes could act like if it was like an actual thing. First of all, the first episode hits you super hard, kind of like the first episode of Invincible. Hits you really hard right off the bat. For Invincible, it was more towards the ending of the first episode, but for this show was mostly like around the beginning. You start seeing in the beginning of the show, it gets straight to it, no bullshit. It gets straight to it, shows you what characters is good, shows you what characters is bad, what the show was gonna be about, and yeah, it gets straight to the point, gets straight to it, no bullshit. Every single episode is makes you want to watch more. After you finish one episode, you're gonna want to watch the second one. After you watch the second one, you're gonna watch the third one, fourth, fifth, and so on and so on. And at first, when I first started watching the show, I only thought there was one season, but shit, there's two. So I was like, fuck yeah, I was super happy that there was two seasons. I forgot how the season 1 finale was, but season 1 and season 2, they're both great. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. They're both really good, so you should watch them both. Of course, I think if you're gonna watch this show, you're gonna watch both of them. There's also a lot of good characters in this show. My favorite character is Butcher. I think he's super badass. I think the British accent is really good. I don't know. He's just like his accent, the way he speaks, the way everything is with him is super sick. Then our main character, our protagonist, I think, yeah, is obviously Huey, the first character. Now, actually, something I forgot to mention that I should mention right now. If you haven't watched this show, honestly, like my Invincible one, you should go into the show not knowing anything. I want you to know everything. I want you to know nothing. Like I said, it's better when you know nothing about the show going into a show that is really, really great. Alright, moving on. I'm moving out of breath here because I'm speaking pretty loudly because my mic is kind of low. I know. So, what was I going to say? All the characters are great. Unlike Invincible, there was only one character I didn't like in Invincible that I think they did a poor job with. But in this show, there's not one character that I dislike heavily. And I'm not talking in terms of like, oh, I dislike this character because they are bad to the protagonist. I'm talking in a way that like in Invincible, the character that I didn't like wasn't written well, at least in my opinion. It wasn't really a good character. In this show, all the characters are good. Like I said, my favorite is Butcher. You got Huey, you got MM. Oh, Frenchie is probably a close, really close second to my favorite character. He is a really great character. He's someone that you can like connect with. If you can't connect to any of the characters in this show, you can probably connect to Frenchie the most. And then you also got Kimiko. She's also a great character. Now moving on to the 7 characters, which the 7 are the 7 heroes that are in the show, that are the antagonists of the protagonists. And basically the 7 are a group of superheroes, and everybody praises them and loves them, but they are corrupt. And so basically the entire premise of the show is to take down the corrupt villains. And so this show, with all the characters that they have in the 7, you have Homelander, the Deep, Starlight, Maeve, Storm, and then A-Train, of course. And there's a few other characters that, you know, show up. But anyways, moving on. All these characters have their own character arcs and character like stories and everything. All these characters, they really changed throughout the show, throughout the first season to the second season. Like every single character, I'll say, has like some sort of growth from the beginning of their show. Like if I was talking in spoilers right now, this video would be 30 minutes long, because every single character has that much that they changed from the very beginning of the episode, from the first episode. I mean, Huey changes, the main protagonist. He changes throughout the show. He becomes more free, less fucking corporate, less civilian, less bystander, more out there. Then you got a character like Homelander, who throughout the show is basically the same, but once this one thing happens in the show, he kind of starts changing just a bit, but not too much. Homelander, by the way, is a great character. He is very how do you say, devious. He's very devious, I'll just say that. Yeah, but I think this show is just a must watch. It's 10 out of 10 for me. You guys gotta watch this show. The show is great. The special effects and everything, the character, the voice acting, the everything, not the voice acting, what the fuck am I, everybody, the way they speak, the lines they say are all realistic. Then you have, what was I about to say? I don't know, but this show is great. It has, like I said in the very beginning of the video, it has comedy. It is a very funny show. It has the action. It has some really good action. It has the realism of superhero and civilian / normal people like lives, like it, like basically how a normal person would act in real life. They really do shine in that aspect in this show. Then you got, what else? The comedy, the action. You got the story. The story in the story is really good. Like I said, you can't have a bad story with really good characters. Or maybe you can. Maybe that is possible. But either way, the characters are all really good, meaning the story is really good. The main plot is really good. I really enjoy it. I can't wait for season 3. Season 3 is definitely going to be really good. Hopefully. I think that's all. But yeah, if you watched Invincible, like if you watched my last video and you decide to go, hey, I'm gonna go watch Invincible, you watched it. If you liked Invincible, you'll for sure like this show. Like there is no chance you don't like this show. If you watched Invincible, you should watch me, you know, like with open mind, because there are some really crazy scenes that happen in the show. But yeah. that's gonna cap it off there. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to make this too long of a video. I just want to get the word out. Y'all need to watch this show, especially if you watched Invincible, especially if you like superheroes, especially if you like supervillains. If you like great story or a great plot in general, then you should watch this show. So yeah, thank y'all for watching the video. The gameplay I got in the background is GTA 5, if you didn't know. And the character flying around is Homelander himself. Except he looks definitely way different in the show when I'm talking about the head and everything. But anyways, yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.